Have you ever stopped and wondered, how in the world do you master a field that's one part biology and one part computer science? Well, today we're going to crack open the playbook of the biocoders at IPB University and see exactly how they tackle one of the toughest academic challenges out there.
I mean, that's the big question, right? Bioinformatics is this wild fusion of two giant, and I mean giant worlds. You've got the super intricate, memory-heavy world of biology, and then you've got the logical, practice-heavy universe of computer science. So how do you juggle both at the same time? You need a pretty special game plan. Let's see what they've got. So what's in their toolkit? When we dive into their study habits, it's clear they're not just showing up to the library with a textbook and a highlighter anymore. Oh no, they've got a whole high-tech arsenal at their fingertips. And wow, their go-to weapons really show a trend. These students are all about using tech and smart organization. Learning with AI is a huge slice of this pie, which makes total sense for summarizing really dense topics fast, but there's a catch, right? Are you truly learning it or just getting the AI to think for you? We also see they rely heavily on mind mapping to see the big picture, and of course, the classic, super important habit of boiling things down to keynotes. And listen, this isn't about just passively sitting back. They're getting so active with their learning. They have AI break down these complicated lectures, and then, and this is the really smart part, they get it to generate custom practice problems. They're turning abstract ideas into visual mind maps, hashing things out with their friends to make sure it all sticks, and then topping it all off with videos from places like YouTube. It's like this full-on, multi-pronged attack on the material, you know? But hold on, it's not all about shiny new apps and artificial intelligence. Turns out, some of the old-school ways of studying are just too good to leave behind. And this is really the key, right? It's all about balance. Even with all this amazing new tech, the foundational habits, actually reading the source material and taking your own careful notes are just essential. You can't skip them. And that tells us something huge. Real understanding doesn't just come from a summary. It's this mix of high-tech speed and deep classic study that really builds that solid foundation. Okay, let's get to the real heart of the matter. Every great story has a villain, right? Or, maybe a final boss. And for a lot of these students, that final boss has a name: coding. And look, this isn't just me guessing here. This comes straight from the students. Just listen to this anonymous quote. "Honestly, I'm scared for the final exams this third semester because I'm very unconfident with my grades in coding-related subjects." That kind of honesty, it just gives you a real window into the anxiety that so many of them are feeling. And that feeling, it has a real-world impact. This number is pretty sobering. For the students who talked about being anxious about programming, their average readiness score for exams, how ready they felt, was only 40%. It just goes to show you how much this one subject can shake their confidence across the board. So why is coding such a massive hurdle? Well, think about it. Biology, as complex as it is often about understanding concepts and memorization. It's about knowing the what. Coding is a totally different beast. It's all about logic and practice, practice, practice. It's about understanding the how. It's like using a totally different muscle in your brain. For students coming from a strong bio background, it's like having to learn a new language and a whole new way of thinking all at once. But this is where the story gets really cool. Faced with this final boss, the students don't just back down. Nope. Instead, they start creating their own personal secret weapons. These really clever, creative hacks to take on the challenge. Okay, check out this brilliant strategy. One student's personal AI-powered study loop. Step 1, use AI to get a detailed summary of the lecture. Step 2, get that same AI to create practice problems based on that summary. But here's the genius part. Step 3, they go back to the original textbook or notes to hunt for details that AI might have glossed over. See? This isn't just using AI. It's bending it to their will, creating a personalized learning machine with a built-in fact checker. That's smart. And that leads to another huge secret weapon: being adaptable. Like this student says, they change how they study based on the course. For something like coding, they just focus on tons and tons of practice to really sharpen that logical thinking. It's not a one-size-fits-all game. It's about looking at what the subject demands and then completely shifting your strategy to match it. And the personal hacks just keep coming. The Pomodoro technique popped up a lot. You know how you can get stuck on one tiny bug in your code for hours? Well, this technique is a total game changer for that. Breaking your work down into these focused 25-minute sprints with short breaks in between,
It stops you from burning out and makes a huge mountain of a task feel like something you can actually climb, one step at a time.
So, after looking at their tools, their biggest challenges, and their amazing personal hacks, what's the real secret here? What's the ultimate takeaway from the Biocoder's playbook?
Here it is. The secret isn't some magic app or one perfect way to study. It's the blend. It's all about building your own personalized toolkit, mixing some AI with good old-fashioned note-taking, knowing when you need to memorize and when you need to practice, and always, always being ready to adapt your strategy to what you're facing. And that really leaves us with one final thought. The strategies these students are using are so inspiring because they show the power of being intentional about how you learn. So that really makes you think, doesn't it? What's in your personal study playbook? This entire deep dive was made possible thanks to a survey of bioinformatics students at the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, IPB University, which was conducted by Dr. Mafrikhul Muttaqin. So a huge thank you to them for these incredible insights. And thank you for watching.